I'm back. Back from Costa Rica. Had a great time. It was hot, 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 hot. And now I'm back in Alaska, and it's snow, 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 and it's stinking cold. So I'm ready to go back, hit the pool, hit the beaches, do a little surfing, have a little fun. But alas, here I am. So nothing else for me to do except look at stocks here, and that's what I'm doing. Obviously, I didn't blog much. I didn't video much. I did one on the trip. I didn't do much of anything except, like I said, swim, surf, hit the beaches, hang out with my wife and friends, and explore the country and look for some land. So that's kind of what our trip was about. But we're back here now. So I didn't feel comfortable blogging because I wasn't paying enough attention. I spent the last few days just really looking at the market, trying to see what's going on. And so here I am, going to share it with you, what I think. Remember, these are just my thoughts. Anyway, so let's start with the VIX. Remember, before I left, I didn't think we could sustain this rally up here on the VIX. And if I take this off, the studies off, you can see the move here. And we didn't. We'd slowed down real slow, but look at the move. It took several days just to take out this candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days just to take out one candle. Not a good sign for that move to be taken out. And we did rally back up. Now we're above the 200 moving average for the second time. All right. So I would say this is probably going to offer a little bit more support. This candle looks pretty bearish, like we should reverse down. But I don't think we're going to drop way below the 200 moving average right now. I think we're probably maybe come down a little bit. I would be surprised if we even took this candle out in the next few days. So I'm expecting more upside to the VIX, maybe after a few days of downside. Okay, that's what I'll be looking at, and that's what I'm going to be looking for. On the Dow, you can see the Dow, we broke out of this nice long-term broadening wedge we've been watching for quite a while, the red lines. Right here with a real strong move on decent volume. Beautiful retest of it. Great place to short right here if I'd been paying attention, which I had not. Nice spin, or nice hanging man right here. Not a perfect hanging man, but a decent candle to play off of here for the down move. I wouldn't have expected this big of a down move in one day. I would have expected 1 or 2 days for a down move, and then touch the bottom Bollinger Band and move back up. So what's to come from here? It looks to me like we might have a little bit more upside to come. Maybe a couple days up, maybe make a little bit of a bear flag, maybe 2 or 3 days inside. But I think if we stay inside of this candle for more than 2 days, I think we're going to be looking for some down move to come, another big down move. Taking out the 10,000 is going to be hard. I expected it to be hard. It's a psychological level, and I expected it to take more than just one move to get through the 10,000. So if we look at this, let's pop this out to a 5-year weekly chart. And look at this spin top right here. We take these off. See a nice spin top doji here coming down on the bottom of this down move. Could signal a reversal. It's a reversal candle. If taken in context, the move has not been prolonged, so it's not a great one. It'd be better if it was down here and we saw it, then I'd be more confident. But anyway, it is a spin top doji. Here's one here that's not very good. This one's pretty symmetrical. Pretty decent reversal signal right in here, but this one wasn't with a prolonged down move. So anyway, just something to keep an eye on. It could signal a sideways movement or a move back up onto there. Let's jump over to the S&P off of the same weekly, and you'll see it looks pretty similar here. Same type of thing right here. This is the weekly chart. So if we go back down into the daily, let's go 9 months. Zoom in a little bit closer, kind of see where we're at. Same type of thing. Got like a hanging man down here, an inverted hammer near bottom. Inside day off of this big black candle. Okay, we traded inside that candle. I have started a new downtrend line right here. Okay, this new downtrend line. So picture perfect would be a couple small moves up into this line, and then looking for another big drop. Okay, so if I see a couple inside days up into this line, I'm going to be looking for a big drop. Looks like a good area of support right here at 1020 because it coincides with the 200 moving average. So I'll be looking at this level for support. Really, any of these bottoms should offer decent support. Any of these can offer decent support. Okay, we've broken out of most uptrend lines right now. Okay, if we bottom out and move back up, we can start a trend line upward from here. But as of right now, we've just taken them all out. So we got a downtrend line that we're working right now in the S&P. Let's look at the Nasdaq real quick. Excuse me. Very similar. I put another downtrend line on Nasdaq. These are the moves I was telling you about that I was talking about in the S&P to be looking for. See these 3 inside days off of this black candle here? Every day was inside this candle. That is very bearish. If you're unable to break out in a couple days, like this third day, have a nice breakout, I'd be looking at short at the end of that day right there, and it worked out well. You would have done well. If we see the same thing here, sideways to up movement for a day or two, or even down movement, that's pretty darn bearish. So keep an eye on that into this downtrend line. This is a very steep downtrend line. Can be broken really easy and very quickly, but it's there. We are really low, really low on the RSI right there. But nonetheless, it still looks pretty bearish. I went ahead and threw a channel out here on the RUT. This is a symmetrical channel just because it looked like it fit, and I'll be darned if it didn't fit. Let's take if we take the studies off. You can see this channel right here. Okay, we got a real close test here, right on here, up here, and a retest here. Nice move up, couple hits, and dropping back down. So never closed beneath it. All right, we did dip beneath it. We never closed beneath it. So it looks like we could bounce off of here. Maybe come down a little bit, touch it. Or we could have 1, 2, 3 days inside trading here and retested this line again. I would say if we take this bottom out, if the bottom holds, I'll be looking for eventually, it may take a month or two, but I'll be looking for a retest of this top. If the bottom gives way, I'll be looking for a pretty strong break, significant break, down probably into the 500 area. Okay, so that's what I'd be looking for if that does give. That's the RUT. Then I want to look at the Euro, US dollar. This is one I talked about before I left. If you remember, right before I left, I did a video or blog or something talking about this line right here. I said when this line gives way, Katie bar the door, we're going to drop because it's 200 moving average. It's a nice symmetrical move. You can see the obvious support here. Boom, gave way, and look at that drop. We're going to see more of that. What I'm going to be looking for on here for good entry points is little candles like this. Exactly what I've been talking about. Bear flags inside, a couple days inside. So we're looking for that. Would have been real good off of here, off a nice big candle. Watching for those as we move off the Bollinger Band, then looking for drops. If we take out the previous days or a couple days high, if we take out, say, this candle here, then I'd turn bullish. But if we stay beneath this, still be looking for drops. And of course, that's led to a nice up move on the UUP, as one would expect. You can see the 200 moving average offered clear resistance. Just did not want to break about, but it finally did. Look at this volume on this thing is incredible. I'll be looking for a move back down before we head back up. We've gapped up twice, 3 gaps up. We could go for a 3rd gap up. And then I'd be looking for a retest down before I start playing long. I missed this move, so I'm not going to get in right now. I'm going to wait until I see a decent entry point. If I trade it, it'll be on a 60 or 30-minute chart, not off this daily chart, which I tend to use for longer term. All right, let's look at some individual stocks while we still got some time. The DUG, the DUG. Here's this rounded bottom I talked about a couple weeks ago. So you would expect this rounded bottom. You'd expect a move down here and then a breakout to the upside. Did not happen. It was a failed rounded bottom. You can see the channel here broke out of that with this rounded bottom. I thought for sure, well, I guess I wouldn't say for sure. You're never for sure. But I thought that's what we'd be looking at with the break of this channel, with the rounded bottom, looking for a move to the upside. Did not happen. So today now we've got a tombstone doji to worry about on decent volume. Not huge. Look at the volume. It's really low lately. And we just failed to close above this high back here. All right. So this high here, we failed to close above it, right on it. Actually, we did close a little bit above it, but on Tombstone Doji, I'd be looking actually for a little downside move on this, maybe. I'm thinking this move is going to stall out a little bit before it moves up any higher, if it does in fact move. Then we got TOL, Toll Brothers, just like this pennant here. It's a pretty well-defined long-term pennant. It's been tested or retested about 3 times on either side. This bottom's on this 4th time. So we're looking for a move. If it breaks here, we're going to be looking for a couple dollar move down the downside. If it starts moving up, you play it here. If it breaks here, a couple bucks to the upside. So that's TOL, Toll Brothers, okay? NEM is another one. Newport Mining. It's very simple. Huge volume on bullish engulfing candle. Broke above the 200 moving average. Looks like it wanted to break down and break through it. Looks like it might hold up now. Okay, I thought originally we're going to take this 200 moving average out on this thing, but if you can see, we're kind of trending up here, making higher lows with a bullish engulfing. Be looking for maybe a retest down a little bit to the 200 moving average and then explode up. So I'll be looking for this action and move up, and that's NEM. One more, Texas Instruments, before we shut her down. Just a nice bearish wedge. I would consider this a bearish wedge, considering it's post earnings. We've moved down in earnings. We're kind of consolidating on the 200 moving average. We're getting a little bit lower highs, higher lows. So we're looking for a breakdown. I think it's going to break to the downside. I think it's just hanging out on the 200 before it drops. So that's it. I'm glad to be home. Glad to be trading. Be looking at a lot of stocks. I'll be posting some tweets and blogs, the whole 9 yards. I'll be watching the Super Bowl this afternoon. I hope you're doing the same. This will be the AK Option Trader signing out. Trade well and prosper.